Define your why. It's like take those and make a meal out of it. It's just gonna help you find a workout routine that you actually enjoy. There's a lot of questions around it. You know, how you're supposed to have a game plan if you don't even know what game you're playing. Critical, especially when it comes to staying consistent over the long haul, aren't gonna be great forms of exercise for you to depend on to achieve those goals. Are kind of great entry-level supplements. I literally mean to like schedule that ish in. Alright, I guess we're on air, I guess we're rolling. I do have to say a few things. Number one, we went through a hairy situation right there for a minute because my SD card was literally stuck in the SD card reader in my computer, but luckily I like offloaded all the footage, but I'm scared to actually, I didn't even try to put it back into this camera because I didn't want to actually film on it and then like have something be wrong with like then the footage being corrupt and all that sort of stuff. But it's never happened to me. It literally was stuck right in there, and then I was worried about the SD card, but then as I was pulling the SD card out, I was like, the real bigger issue and concern here is if this actually breaks the SD card reader in the desktop, that would suck. You know what I'm saying? Anyways, welcome back to another video. Welcome to my channel. I'm feeling hyped today because I'm excited to bring you guys this video, and you guys know I'm serious, you know I mean business. When I have a notebook and a pen in hand and I made a list to outline the video, that's how I know we mean business today. So, sorry, I feel like I need to rein it in for a second. Basically, I wanted to bring you guys a video all about how you can start your fitness journey today, okay? It's no secret, the new year rolled around pretty recently, 2024, and I know that a lot of people has a goal in the new year to work on their health for whatever reason you may have. It's definitely a common goal. So I wanted to bring you guys this video just as a resource to help you guys kind of get acclimated, get organized, and get yourself a gym plan to get you in the gym, whatever your goals are, to take a hold of your health. So I literally have a list of 10 definitive steps that's going to take you from your starting point to kind of having a full end plan for you to embark on for your health journey. So feel free to take out a pen and paper if you want to write this down as well, but I do have 10 steps that I'm going to be sharing with you in this video. I also do just want to clarify that this video is going to be very open-ended because I wanted it to be able to apply to anyone, no matter what your health and fitness goal is, that you can still go through these steps and get yourself a definitive plan and kind of write out a map for you to get from point A to point B. So with that being said, how is one to create a roadmap if you don't know where you're going? You know, how you're supposed to have a game plan if you don't even know what game you're playing? So it's really important to actually sit down and define what your goals are. This is step number one because this helps us know where we're trying to go, what we're trying to accomplish, where we're trying to get to, so then we can kind of work backwards and come up with a plan to get there. So this could be anything, maybe something more definitive of like, I want to lose 15 pounds, I want to gain muscle, I want to just feel good, I want to be more confident, or my goal is to have a consistent gym schedule. Whatever that is, think about it, define it, and write that down. Step number two is honestly critical, especially when it comes to staying consistent over the long haul, because it honestly does not matter what your goals are. You're never going to achieve them if you're not consistent with them every single day and actually adhere to your program. And this specific step is going to really help you come back to why you're doing this in the first place and help you stay consistent and disciplined over the long haul. So my step number two is to define your why. So you guys have honestly probably heard of this kind of mantra before, but basically for this step, I want you guys to actually sit down and think about why you want these specific goals. You know, why do you want to lose weight? Why do you want to gain muscle? Why do you want to feel better? This is kind of going to be your North Star, and it's going to ground you in times when your kind of motivation isn't there, or on the days where you don't want to follow through. You want to come back and think about your why. It's basically what's giving you your purpose for doing what you're doing. So if you want to lose 15 pounds, is your why just simply because you want to become more confident? Or if you want to get in better shape, is your why because you want to be able to keep up with your children? If your goal is to just become more comfortable in the gym, is your why just so that you can finally feel confident in your own skin? Like, no matter what it is, I want you guys to think of what your goals are for step number one, and step number two, I want you guys to write down why that is your goal. Why do you want to achieve that thing? And on days where you're feeling unmotivated, on days where you don't want to be following through to your program, on days that you don't feel like shifting into this healthier lifestyle, please come back to this point of your why to keep you going. Define your why. Define your why. Miss Jean Shelley. Okay. All right, now we're going to get into the more workout components. So step 3 through 6 really all have to do with exercising and kind of finding your mojo when it comes to exercise. So step 3 is kind of like a journal prompt. I want you guys to sit down and also think about what forms of exercise do you love to do? What do you find fun? What types of movement do you find engaging? Do you like doing Pilates? Do you like dance classes? Do you like swimming? Do you like weight training? Do you like like running? Do you like going for walks? Like literally anything. I want you to think about what forms of movement and exercise do you actually enjoy? Even if you don't love anything, like what doesn't sound so bad to you? You know what I mean? Like what feels manageable? What kind of do you feel like you can vibe with? For step number 4, this may take a little bit more research on your end or a little bit more know-how or maybe a little bit more of an advanced step. So if you feel like this one is kind of hurting your brain, you don't really have an answer for it, honestly just skip it. But for step number 4, I want you guys to think back to what you wrote down for your goals for step number 1. And I want you guys to think about what exercise will help you achieve those goals. So I know this kind of can be a loaded question, but I essentially mean like if your main goal is to build a lot of muscle, like you're following a lot of gym influencers, a lot of girls who are really buff, honestly running or swimming or walking aren't going to be great forms of exercise for you to depend on to achieve those goals, because it's just not the form of exercise that yields those results. So if you're someone who wants to build muscle, you know, maybe weight training, you know, bodybuild is going to help you achieve that goal, or CrossFit, right? Or something more like weighted resistance classes that's going to help you build some more muscle mass. You know, maybe your fitness goal is to use exercise to help relax your body, to help you de-stress. So maybe, you know, HIIT training in that scenario would not be the best form of exercise to help you achieve that goal. More so, you know, walking or swimming or something like that that's more low impact, Pilates, yoga would help you achieve said goal. So I essentially just want you guys to reflect. You don't have to know the best answer, but just kind of think of some exercise categories that you think would best help support the goals that you had listed in step number 1. So now for step 5, I want you guys to look at the intersection, the cross section between those two lists that you made. What are some exercise forms of movement, forms of exercise that you like, that you can tolerate, that's manageable, that also supports you achieving your goals? This is really important because it's just gonna help you find a workout routine that you actually enjoy. Because the fact of the matter is, at least for me in my journey, I had goals that I wanted to achieve. And of course, some people just want to move their body for moving their body. That's fantastic, all the power to you. But for me, I had specific goals that I wanted to achieve. So of course, there's going to be specific types of workouts that I should be doing that's going to align me with those end goals that I'm trying to achieve. But also, on the other hand, if I was just doing workouts that I hated and couldn't stand, I would never want to be consistent with them because it wasn't an enjoyable process. So my intention with step number 5 is for you guys to kind of find that bridge of like, yes, this form of movement is some movement that I like, I can tolerate, you know, I kind of enjoy it, and it's also directly helping me with achieving my goals. It doesn't have to be every single form of workout that you do throughout the week has to be the combination of both of those two, but ideally you should be implementing some form of movement that checks off both those boxes during the week. And then lastly, for step number 6 in our exercise realm, I want you guys to then create a reasonable, actionable gym plan. And what I mean when I say this, I literally mean to like schedule that ish in. Like just how you have your normal weekly schedule of work, grocery shopping, take the kids here, whatever. In that freaking schedule, I need you to write, this is my gym time. So I want you to look about what your weekly schedule normally is. And I want you to sit down and think about when can I fit a 30 to an hour minute workout in this weekly schedule. And I want you to literally write it in. So it's a part of your flow. It's a part of your schedule. It's literally penciled in. So it really doesn't become a question or a conversation of, I'll see if I get to the gym today. It's more of a, hey, this was in my schedule for the day. Next step is I'm going to the gym at 4 p.m. and it's just locked in, and that's what's in your new routine. I find when you don't have a definitive schedule to get yourself there, especially when you're really busy with other life things, it's really hard to actually get yourself there. So especially when I was in college, that was the thing that helped me most, was simply just penciling it into my schedule. So I looked at it just as I would have any other non-negotiable part of my day. I said the gym's logged in at 4, so I'm going to the gym just like I have class. Ay caramba, I'm really trying my best right now to give this W9 to a brand, and it's like I'm pulling teeth over here for some reason. I don't know, my computer is just giving me the spinny wheel and I don't know why. Like, hello. Anyway, while that sorts itself out, let's get into the nutrition category of my tips. So the next like 3 tips are gonna be all about nutrition. So number 7 is to list what healthier whole foods that you enjoy and try to brainstorm some ideas that involve those ingredients. So I don't know, maybe you're someone who really likes chicken. Maybe you really love steak. Maybe you have a sweet spot for sweet potatoes. Or maybe you love freaking bananas. Anything. Just reflect on what you tend to like to eat and then take it to the interweb, go to Pinterest, go to TikTok, and just look up recipes that involve those ingredients. So maybe like healthier sweet potato recipes or sweet potato dishes or healthier chicken recipes, literally anything, or like healthier apple dessert recipes, like literally anything. There's just so many different resources online now. It's insane. So just just do some research and pick out maybe like 5 to 10 meals that seem kind of quick to make, easy to make, things that you like and enjoy, and like keep those in the rotation. Also, I'm the queen of like bro meals, so like if I like certain things, I'll just like take those and make a meal out of it. So if I want to make chicken and I really like sweet potato and I like green beans, I will literally just take those 3 and make a dish out of it. So it doesn't also have to be something super complicated. Like for me, I like very simple meals because that's what helps me stay consistent with it. I don't want something that's really time consuming or always super extensive in the kitchen. It's just not one of my like main passions. So I like to have kind of quick, easier, simpler meals. I like am actually so shocked that this is struggling so much. No, don't send that report. Okay, I got the W9 to work. I don't know why that was like so challenging. Anyway, okay, step number 8. Number 8, get rid of kitchen temptations and honestly just kind of pick your battles is I think what I want to call step number 8. You know, if you're gonna have a bunch of treats, chips, packaged stuff, whatever, all in your kitchen all the time, it's going to be so much harder to stay disciplined and to stay consistent because eventually your willpower is kind of just like a muscle. Eventually it gets fatigued and tired and you're just going to want to pick the easy option. So it's a great way to set yourself up from your environment by just kind of getting rid of a bunch of temptations. Now with saying that, I also want to be careful. I'm not trying to like basically say you could never enjoy yourself and like if you know me, if you're consistent on my channel, if you're following my content closely, I'm a very big advocate for balance. I definitely eat my sweets, I definitely eat my treats, but that's kind of what I mean when I say to pick your battles. Like I don't have a bunch of junk in my house all the time. It's more so like I basically treat myself or I have fun foods when it's something that I really love and I enjoy, but it's not like a constant all day everyday thing because I know A, I wouldn't feel good, I would feel like garbage, B, it wouldn't be good for my internal health, and 3, it just also wouldn't help with supporting my fitness goals that I have and like performing well in the gym. So that's kind of what I mean with like picking your battles. Like of course you can still enjoy yourself, but just basically do it when things that you really value and things you actually enjoy. You know, try to place more boundaries on eating out. Again, it's not to say all eating out is bad, but I am a big advocate for making a majority of your meals at home. So maybe setting the goal to only have 1 meal out a week or whatever the case may be, just to help you stay regimented and kind of on some sort of program. Now for step number 9, I want to speak about supplements because there's a lot of questions around it. I know there's a ton of information online. It can be rather ambiguous. It can also just be overwhelming because there's so many options on there. So basically for my step number 9, it is to essentially get supplements that can help make your journey easier. Now supplements are definitely 100% not necessary. I will never say they are in need. I am always going to be an advocate for eating whole foods first, getting in your nutrients in and your micro and macronutrients in through whole foods. That's always should be the goal. But at the end of the day, we're busy. We're on the go a lot. A lot of us are working 9 to 5 jobs, and it just sometimes we need some things out of convenience to make our life a little bit easier and help fill up the gaps essentially on days where we're spread thin. So I'm going to share with you guys some go-to supplements that I think are kind of great entry-level supplements, if that makes sense, that I do think kind of everyone can benefit from, especially in the sense of convenience. So of course, number 1 is going to be protein powder. I feel like especially when you first enter the gym space, even if you're like purely so in the introductory stage, you always am hearing everyone saying protein, protein, protein. Protein is definitely important, don't get me wrong. It's amazing for building and preserving lean muscle mass, you know, helping with weight management, helping with satiety and satiation. 100%, there's so many amazing benefits to really getting an adequate amount of protein in. So having a supplement can really help because sometimes it can be challenging getting enough in, I should say, through whole foods. Especially if you're first starting out though, I would just have the intention be to add more protein into your main meals, adding in a snack of protein or something rather than stressing about this exact number or target to hit, because again, I feel like it can be overwhelming. Like for the first steps, we just want to focus on moving closer to our goals. So a really easy way to help with that is just to have a protein shake once a day just to help get some more protein in. I personally really love Blessed Protein just because there's no artificial colors, artificial flavors. It's gluten-free, soy-free, dairy-free as well, and it just is really light and easy on my stomach. It never upsets my stomach, so I really love it for that reason. Some of my favorite flavors is the mini Stay Puffs marshmallow flavor. It's like this sweeter marshmallowy vanilla flavor. I really love it. I also really love their chocolate the chocolate peppermint flavor, but then also their chocolate milk flavor as well are some of my favorites from them. The next supplement that I think can really help you on your fitness journey, especially if you're someone who has long working hours or you're kind of really struggle to have some energy going into your workout, I would recommend some sort of pre-workout supplement. Again, this is totally optional, but I do do really love to have this as an option and kind of a resource when I need a pick-me-up for my training sessions. So this is called OxyShred. It essentially just enhances my energy, definitely boosts my mood too, my strength, my performance, my mind to muscle connection in the gym. It just helps to give me a boost and get me excited to get into the gym, and I'm always hitting PRs when I take OxyShred, and I find I'm way more focused as well in the gym. So they do make non-caffeinated versions as well as a caffeinated version, and then also a hardcore edition with even more caffeine in that. And they do also make it in a little like ready to drink energy can as well, which I also love these. My favorite flavor is in the Bahama Breeze. These are carbonated and caffeinated, but they're super easy just to grab out of the fridge. This is also a great supplement to add in if your main goal is to lose body fat, because this is a supplement that can also help support your body's process in doing so. The last two supplements I'm going to share with you guys, because I kind of just want to keep it simple with 4 supplements, are not as critical, but again, it's something to help elevate your journey if you would like. So next is going to be a greens powder. As always, I'm always going to be an advocate for getting in your vitamins and nutrients in from whole foods, eating your fruits and vegetables in your diet. But if you're someone who struggles with that, or you're feeling like you have nutritional gaps in your diet, adding in a greens powder to fill those gaps is a great way to do so. So this has a green superfood complex, a prebiotic fiber complex, and then also some antioxidant berries in here as well. And a lot of the ingredients are organic, which I really love. This tastes amazing. Like, I will die on that hill. My favorite flavor is the strawberry margarita. Like, just get this one. It's the best one. Don't even know that you're drinking greens when you drink this. This is a great way when you need kind of a convenience factor or need some help to elevate your health. And then lastly, I'm not currently taking this, but creatine. This may be a little bit too advanced, I want to say, because this video really is mainly for people who are like, I have no idea where to start. Give me a starting point. So this could be something that comes later in your journey. But for those of you that are kind of familiar with this is called creatine, this is truly the safest. It's one of the most researched supplements out there. Creatine is a compound that's naturally occurring in red meat, and it's a compound that's in our muscle cells. So without getting too complex, creatine is just essentially a really great supplement to take daily. It doesn't matter if you're training or not, you should be taking this every single day, including rest days. And this is just a great supplement to help you with building lean muscle mass and also increasing your muscles' power output, feeling stronger, feeling more explosive. I noticed a really big difference when I was taking this, but I definitely invite you guys to do your own research on all of these supplements to see just if it's something that aligns with you and your goals, and if it's something that you resonate with at this time. You guys can use code LIFTFIT10 on all EHPLABS supplements because it will get you a discount and also support me. Okay. Whoa, we're back in the room. Ugh, I am sore from my workout yesterday. Ugh, it was an upper body day and my triceps are actually really feeling it. What's going on? Okay. And now lastly, for step number 10, it is to execute with kindness. If anyone knows what it's like to be super hard on yourself and be like crazy obsessed with your fitness journey and everything, like that was me 100%. I've been on my fitness journey for the past like 7 years now. At this point, I've gone through so many different phases, and honestly, I felt my worst when I was the hardest on myself. And I say that in the sense of, it's not that to not be disciplined and to not be consistent. It's about more so your intention when you're being disciplined and when you're being consistent. So instead of, acting out of self-hate and this desperation to change my body for validation, like I felt my absolute worst, even though I was checking off all my boxes even more consistently than I am now. But more so now, I still am overall consistent and dedicated and devoted and disciplined, but it's more so now from a place of self-love and out of a desire to just improve myself for the sake of my health, rather than like self-hate trying to change myself, if that makes sense. So just being patient with yourself, having grace, speaking kindly with yourself goes a really long way. Of course, like I said in the beginning of the video, consistency is so important. Like, it doesn't matter how perfectly curated you've went over these past 9 steps, if you're not consistent with it, you're never going to see a change. So maybe if implementing a reward system is something that resonates with you and something that will help you stay consistent, that's also something that you could utilize as well. But just overall, know that this is supposed to be a process and a lifestyle just to help yourself really become a better you. It's not a punishment. It's not a chore. It's something that is a privilege to be able to do. Like, being a healthy individual truly is a privilege, and it's a blessing to be able to engage and embark on healthy habits, and seeing it that way will really help make this whole process so much more enjoyable. You guys, that's honestly all I have for this video. I know that was kind of a short and sweet, more like a concise one, but I just honestly really didn't do too much today. Nothing that would have been like enjoyable or entertaining to watch. I just kind of did some work, literally only walked at the gym, read. Nothing too riveting today. just was kind of like a chill, mellow day today. But I just made some dinner. I made the little Whitney Simmons chicken that you guys saw in the video. So I'm having her dinner again because that's how much I freaking loved it. But I hope you guys got something out of this video. I hope this helped. I hope this helped to spark some inspiration, motivation within you, and I hope it helped to get you organized to start your fitness journey. If you guys have any questions, of course, you can comment them down below. I really appreciate you guys watching. I'm sending you so much love, and hopefully I'll see you in the next video. Peace out.